I don't think anyone in Galway is maybe all that upset at the moment that we don't have, we're not linked to Saudi Arabia at the moment. But hopefully the Comer brothers, who've been brilliant for the club, will help Galway United, because now Galway United, like all the other clubs, have to wait until mid-February, early March to have a game of football. So it's a preposterous state of affairs. Now, the clubs kind of, want this so that wages don't have to be paid. But the League of Ireland is bizarre, because, say, in Irish racing at the moment, I was in Navan during the week for an 8-race card. And between each race, there was a 35-minute gap. So there was literally nobody there. I'd say about 10 people paid in. And that's partly the reason why SIS, which dominates in terms of the pictures, they dictated that it suits us in terms of our programme to have 35-minute gaps. It's a miserable experience to go racing when it's 8 race, 35-minute gaps, because you're there for 4 hours from the first race to last with very little happening, very few people there. But the reason that happens is because the people who go to the game, to the races, it doesn't really matter anymore. All the money is from TV. In the League of Ireland, basically, the money is, for most clubs, the money is gate receipts and very little else. And so there's no gate receipts for Galway United, and they were poor enough this season. So
it's pretty much the only league in the world that doesn't get any money from TV.
Which is great. So no money from TV and no money basically from the governing body, who in their wisdom have decided that they're going to snub the PFAI awards this year, not literally send one representative from the league or the FAI to the PFAI awards. They just think that the players who've basically done more to promote the game than they ever did or ever will in this country aren't worthy of some lad turning up for 10 minutes, wishing them the best and leaving scarpering out the door.
Well, if they did that, you wouldn't be happy.
I think they'd be better showing their face. It's an absolute scandal, and I think it's a stupid diplomatic decision.
Did the PFAI actually want the FAI there, considering how,
of course,
the relationship is broken down to such an extent?
Why would it be in the PFAI's interest not to have a good relationship with the governing body in this country? And where is it going now if John Delaney does get, there's talk he's going to get another 5 or 6 years or whatever, and we have a situation where the League of Ireland champions get 110 grand for winning the league or something with no TV money. So anyway, this is the problem in the League of Ireland at the moment. It's very, very hard for, I think Stephen Henderson was on about this week. Galway United have basically no income whatsoever apart from the Comer brothers and gate receipts haven't been good this season. So it's really, really hard for the volunteers who are running the clubs when there's no money coming in.
And part of the problem, I guess, as well, is that, so Dundalk, the prize money isn't anywhere near what it should be, but they're getting the European money, which means when we're talking about players getting paid, Dundalk can probably go back the first week in January and all their players will be paid from the first week in January, and they can go back full-time training, where other clubs are thinking, well, if we can leave this till maybe the 1st of February, we can save a month's wages here and the lads can do their own stuff and we won't actually have to pay them.
Yeah, I'll say a couple of things on it, I suppose. First, I'd say on the TV, talking about the TV money. So we had, I think it was just this week announced, we had Vinny Flaherty with us last season at Galway United. Vinny's now out in Cyprus. And he was tweeting, I can't remember who he was corresponding with, he was talking to somebody on Twitter during the week and was saying that despite the fact that the average gates out there are only coming in at around 2,500, they get 12 million in TV money. I mean, that's
per club or divided?
12 million for the league.
Okay.
12 million for the league, which is, the 12 million coming into the Irish League would make such a difference. It'd be absolutely.
Even I was at the Bows game last night and Dundalk, and Bows performed marketing genius with the Bob Marley. Even they might even claim it's not Bob Marley for legal reasons. But anyway, it's a patently absurd jersey in my view. This second jersey next season, you've probably heard about this, but it's done incredible publicity. And I'm just thinking of the ingenious nature of promoting our game. But
it's up on screen there now for anyone watching on our social channels.
He played one gig in Dalymount Park. But anyway, they've very, very cleverly, through Daniel Lambert, they've very cleverly cottoned on to the fact that there is a kind of a counter sort of professional football culture there now, where people are a bit fed up with where the game is going and they like the experience. And I have a special feeling going to Dalymount Park. Even there last night, there's just such a great buzz, and that the players are on modest enough wages and they're doing it for the right reasons. But watching the game last night, there's some fantastic football. There's some Patrick McElhinney, young Kirk had left back for Bows, Keith Ward. It's just such an enjoyable game. But the people running our league, they just don't see it and they don't care. I'd love somebody to take over the league and who really believes in it, who has a bit of clout and can go to a major sponsor and say, put this league where it should be. You know, there's so many ways that it can, you know, be attractive, as well as the fact that it's summer football when the Premier League, possibly our big rival in many ways, is quiet.